It's Madden NFL 22 on EA Sports, where London will play host to a different kind of football. It's the Vikes and the Saints, and it comes your way. Next.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Today, we've got a good NFC matchup on tap between the Minnesota Vikings and the New Orleans Saints. Welcome again, everybody. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gunn, and yes, the rain is falling now, and it is supposed to continue to fall throughout this game. So how do you think that will impact this contest?
Well, first and foremost, both quarterbacks are going to make sure the officials have those dry footballs coming in each and every play and standing over them sometimes with a towel before the center gets up there to snap it. Second thing is the focus of all the guys who handle the football. Do they wear gloves? Do they take them off? Will they carry the ball high and tight to make sure they have good ball security? That's paramount in a game like this.
The Florida Atlantic man, Greg Joseph, ready to get this one started. And we are underway here in London. And we will not see a run back on the opening kickoff. This will be a touchback. And here come the Saints for their opening drive. They're led out by a man raised in Alabama, went to Florida State. It's their quarterback, Jameis Winston.
Throughout his career, few have doubted Jameis Winston's ability to throw the football. The concerns, they've always centered around his accuracy and taking care of it. When he makes good decisions on the field, excellent numbers usually result.
The first carry now, this is Alvin Kamara, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know, you know better than I, he has the ability to take over a game. So what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, there's nothing but room to run.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. From the gun, Winston. And a quick throw here, that's complete.
He decided to run a hitch route. It really helps to have a guy who can turn it loose. And boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
On third down, Winston. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free. And it brings up 4th down. Blake Gillikin on to punt now on 4th down. KJ Osborne deep for Minnesota. And the fair catch is made at about the 27-yard line. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. Under center for the Vikings, out comes the former Michigan State Spartan and longtime veteran Kirk Cousins.
And one nice thing you can always say about Kirk Cousins is that he's consistent. Always puts up nice numbers each and every year. If there is a downside to his game, it's been the lack of playoff success. All in all, though, a formidable starting quarterback at a time in the league where it's tough to find your franchise guy.
This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early, because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
2nd down, they go right back to Cook. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play. I know at times people think we use it too often, but you've got to be able to throw guys open, and when you read zone, you've got to stick it in there before your receiver gets to the next guy in the zone. Otherwise, you bring him into the play.
And that's precisely what allowed that defense to disrupt the pass. And that will be incomplete.
And third down is a key down in any game you play. And third down defense, something we've got to watch in this one. Got to be effective on the passing downs. That's a pretty good first step right there.
And on fourth down, on is the punt team sending this one away. And this is going to be ruled out, I think, just inside the 20. Yes, it will. Side judge calls it at the 19-yard line. Winston and the Saints now with a 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line. Jameis to throw it. And he's got the hook up to Landry. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. Winston to give, it's Kamara. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
They'll run for the first time with Mark Ingram. And he's got a first down as he's up to the 48.
How best to describe that one? I'd say right down Broadway on that run.
A straight ahead running. I think that might be something we see a lot of between the tackles today.
Well, he's enjoying things so far here this afternoon. Sees a crease and bursts through it for a solid gain.
2 first downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10. Throwing, Winston. He's got a man, it's his fullback. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. Throwing again on 2nd down. Winston. And he fires one incomplete.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. Over the middle and into the hands of his receiver, Landry. And he is going to have a Saints first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
3rd and 4 is always a tough call. Maybe a little too long to run for it, but not too long to hit him on the quick slant. And that was well executed. Found the window and zipped it right in there.
Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter. This is Ingram on 1st and 10. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
And he's going to be stopped just short of the first down marker at the Vikings 25. And he's able to get most of what he needed on the carry there. 7 yards on the gain, and it's 3rd and 2 now. And he will have the first before he's brought down right on the chalk of the 20. A much different second drive here, Charles. They go 3 and out the first time. This time they've been able to sustain something downfield.
And that's what often happens. You get the game started. You know, you have to get your footing underneath you. You have to get used to the flow of the game, the speed of the game. And sometimes that first drive is more of a probing drive. It appears they found something here in the second one.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Winston. Over the middle into the hands of Michael Thomas. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. To throw is Winston. Looking for Thomas. He's got him. Touchdown, New Orleans. Michael Thomas there to make the grab. And the Saints have taken the early lead. Well, it was 3rd and 1. I was expecting runs so much for that. They pass it, they score it.
That had the feel of the head coach telling the offensive coordinator, you've got 4 downs here. We're going to go for it on 4th down unless there's a disaster on 3rd. Go ahead and take a shot if you want to. And he gratefully accepted the opportunity and did exactly that. If they didn't get it there, that had the feel that they would come back and try it on 4th down.
Take it in at the 3. And able to get this out to the 25. The Vikings taking the field here for their second drive of the game and hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win 1st down. You win 2nd down. And guess what? You start accumulating 1st downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
On 2nd down, it's Cook again. And this time he's not going anywhere. They'll get him down right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play, and now they're faced with a 3rd and 1. Bad news, they didn't get it on 2nd down. The good news is they still only need about 3 or 4 inches here on 3rd.
And the good play callers have looked at both situations. They thought to themselves, okay, this call, I pick up the 1st down, already ready with that call. If I don't, this is what I'm going to come back with in order to pick it up. Well, let's be honest about the whole thing. When you're looking for a reliable set of hands on 3rd down, the first thought is often not fullback. But that's who they turn to there. And he does a nice job of securing the football and picking up the 1st down.
Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. And finally out of bounds, just a few yards short of the goal line at the 3. A big play there for Minnesota. We know he's good at catching the football, but then after the catch, he's got escapability.
Not only that, he's got some toughness as well, because you know he's coached very hard to make sure he battles through, breaks tackles, and then they finish with, but don't fumble the football.
They'll run for it with Cook. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage back to the 4-yard line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
They try again with Cook. And he will take this one into the end zone for a Viking touchdown. Dalvin Cook taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Vikings are an extra point away from tying this thing up. So it was the passing game that got him down here, but closer to the goal line, it's the running game that gets him home.
Certainly appears that they lulled the defense into thinking that the passing game was going to be it the entire drive. Nice change up there going to the running game to get him over the goal line.
The point after through the raindrops, up and good. And that will tie our score here in this opening quarter of play. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. No return there for Harris, and the drive will begin at the 25. The New Orleans offense set to take over. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Jameis now on first down. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now a handoff. Here's Kamara. And he'll get this up to about the 40. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. Our score after 1. The Saints with the football here to begin quarter number 2 as they are looking at a 2nd and 5 situation. From the gun, it's a run for Kamara. And he'll push this forward only to about the 42-yard line. It'll be a pickup of a couple, and it leaves him with a 3rd and 3. Here's Winston. Open man is Michael Thomas. And he is going to have a Saints first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Would it be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball?
That's accurate, yeah.
And I think we saw a college route in the NFL there. Just find the soft spot, find the dead zone, and find the first down. And that's what he just did.
On first down, Ingram. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
The throw over the middle taken in. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 31-yard line.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
Now left side on the swing pass. And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. The running game fully in sync, 1-11 on that play.
And sometimes it comes from the offensive coordinator, understanding what he thinks the defense is going to do and dialing up the perfect play. Sometimes the quarterback, though, can look at the defense, realize he needs to change it to a run, and that gets it done in a big way as well.
And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down. They come up here with another shot from the 6-yard line, and it's 2nd and goal now. 45 yards rushing for him now to this point.
Some good, strong running right there, some power and some explosiveness just about got him into the end zone.
Again, Kamara, and he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. A 1-yard touchdown run from Alvin Kamara. And the Saints have taken the lead.
But they decided to run it in and got it done on 3rd and goal. A lot of times, that's a passing play.
And the kicker, this has to come out for the PAT. He can breathe a sigh of relief as well, right?
Although I don't know if he's really breathing a sigh of relief. I think he likes to put 3 points on his ledger.
So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. After the long touchdown drive we just saw, you wonder if maybe that's taken a little of the wind out of this offensive sails, because they had it going pretty good last time too.
Had to sit over there for a little while, didn't they? You know, they were eager, amped up to get back on the field after just scoring, hoping to get the ball back quickly. That didn't happen, so I'd say come out, just kind of get started again. You know, it doesn't have to be anything dramatic. Just get moving, get loose again, and see if they can get it downfield.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion. Working out of the gun, Cousins. And Cook has it, left side. They'll wind up losing a couple yards here on the play, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. Here's Jordan Berry now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. Good footwork at the 30. It's a 45-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And the Saints will take over with a 1st down and 10. The offense and Alvin Kamara heading back onto the field. He's over 40 yards here in the 2nd quarter. Been nice and effective for them, hasn't he?
He has definitely been dependable, and really shouldn't underestimate what he's getting done here, because anytime you're on a pace that's going to approach 100 yards, you've really done some damage in an NFL game.
Well, now he's looking just to add to his totals. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Here's Winston. This is complete to Michael Thomas.
I think that's a big pickup for a 1st down, because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a 1st down. Executed it to perfection. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. He's been a busy man here in this one, and they're showing off some nice footwork to stay in bounds.
And with those types of catches and the volume that we've seen in this game, wouldn't you keep him busy as well?
I would.
Of course, you got to keep throwing it to him. He keeps making plays.
And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down.
2nd down and 7.
They'll run out of the gun with Kamara. And this time they were waiting for him, as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. Now they're going to be dealing with a 3rd and 7, as that one officially a loss of 1.
Sometimes being a linebacker in the middle of the field is kind of like being a doctor on the field. You got to make the right diagnosis. Here he correctly sets his run and shoots through to make the play in the backfield.
To throw, Winston. They'll set up the screen now to Kamara. And they will rally and stop him short of the 1st down. They get him to the ground at the 26. 5 yards, not enough. And it'll be 4th down. Working out of the gun, Winston. And it's going to be batted down, and we'll go the other way with the football. The Saints' decision to go for it backfires, and the Vikings defense is going to get the football back. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
And this one nearly picked off. Kind of surprising to see a defender of his caliber let it get away, but get away it does, and it's 2nd down.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Cousins.
Swinging this out wide here for Cook.
And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. 5 yards, now it's 3rd and 5. To throw is Cousins.
And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
Here's Jordan Berry now, as he's on to punt for Minnesota. He's been a busy man here in this 1st half as he gets it away. It's a return of 5 following a punt of 42 yards. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. A look at Jameis Winston now as he gears up to lead this offense again. He's played a pretty clean 1st half, a touchdown, no interceptions.
Frankly, that's what they expect out of him. They want to see the ball thrown and thrown well, and he's able to do that and put it in the end zone. They'd love to see more of that before this game finishes. But right now, he's got his team in a good spot.
A good spot, maybe looking for touchdown pass number 2 here in the second quarter.
Meanwhile, Winston throw complete there to Thomas. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes' time, we'll hand you off to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have highlights and analysis of this first half of action. They go play action. Winston. Looking long for Thomas. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Early on, the running game's been working well, and the offensive line has been pleased by that. The thought process there, catch those safeties creeping up, trying to help against the running game. They tried to hit him over the top, unsuccessfully.
And he takes a shot on the release, as this will be incomplete. He was trying to get it to his running back, Alvin Kamara, and it's third down. Again, it's Winston. Oh, this will be incomplete. The rush gets home just as he was letting that go. That could have been worse. Instead, it's fourth down.
Here comes the Saints punter now, as he'll punt it away for the second time. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And now where will the side judge stop his walk? That's the question. He says it crossed out of bounds at about the 17-yard line. Now the Minnesota offense set to take over again. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it. Here's 2nd and 10. He was trying to find Justin Jefferson there.
And now it's second down.
Cousins.
And he's taken down here by the Saints.
Give the sack to David Onyemata, the product of Nigeria by way of Canada. So that time, Charles, quarterback helpless really in the pocket in the face of a pass rush like that. They were on him instantly.
And this came from the interior of the defensive line, and these guys, they're normally anchors of that spot, and they don't often get clear shots at the quarterback. But in this case, he got past the center and the guard in no time and got there to make the play.
Not wanting to risk another sack, they'll play it safe with a run. And this play comes to a halt at the 33, and obviously that's well short of the first down.
He did well to get him 8 yards, but it's still going to mean a call to the punt team on fourth down.
Barry on to punt as he gets this one away.
It'll be a net of 39, 41-yard punt, 2 on the return.
And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. A little over 20 seconds remaining in the half as they'll line up here 1st and 10. Jameis Winston and the Saints ready to go back again on offense.
They've got the...
And Winston lost the football. And the Vikings pick up the football. And his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line.
All these years we've been watching the game, I start to get the sense that whenever it rains out, those guys who have to touch the ball and carry it, they're extremely resentful about that weather.
Yeah, I'm just happy I'm not resentful that we have a roof over our heads. I know that much.
Yeah, maybe we won't fall.
And he's going to go down. Back at the 27-yard line, he's sacked. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. Cousins to throw it. And the pressure gets to him again. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. This will be from 56 yards out. And now they'll take a timeout defensively. After the second down play, they burn the timeout, making him sweat out the final few ticks here in the second quarter. So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. This will be from 56 yards out. And this won't get there, won't be online either. It's no good, off to the right. So we have reached halftime in what's a 6-point game at the break. As it's time now to send you back stateside to Orlando, Florida, and check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. And welcome in, everyone, to an abbreviated version of the EA Sports Halftime Report. First, though, let's run through the next-gen stats for the Vikings in that first half. And I can imagine the halftime discussions are about how can we improve the running game. They have not had success so far, and it's reflected on the scoreboard. Meanwhile, for the Saints, you get a look at what they were able to do throwing the football. And whatever they've done, it's worked, as they have the lead through 2 quarters of play.
All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point.
As they say here in London, all to play for as we are back underway in the second half.
Taking it about the 1. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19.
Kirk Cousins and the Vikings offense back on the field. And I guess the question, Charles, is what's the formula for keeping him better protected? Because as we see, the protection, it struggled.
And normally what you get is renewed determination. When the big guy gets hit, that usually sparks people. Hey, we can't let this happen anymore. They take it personally. He's not supposed to be on the ground, but that hasn't been the case so far in this game. So maybe they've got to figure out how do they get rid of the ball faster to help out the offensive line so he doesn't get hit as much.
And we'll see if they can keep him off the ground now going forward. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45.
67 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game.
They run, Cook. And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
On second down, it's Cook. And he's going to take this across the 50 and into Saints territory. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on third down? From the gun, here's Cousins. And this is going to be incomplete.
The frustration is definitely setting in because they've thrown it to him over and over, unable to come up with a catch thus far.
I think he knew he would have his challenges against the secondary. I don't think he saw a goose egg at this point in the game. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. And this will be out of bounds at the what here? The 12-yard line. Now the attention turns to the Saints offense getting ready for their first possession of the second half. And last drive, obviously not what you're looking for. You've got the lead. You've got to protect the football.
So in other words, someone got lucky because they've been moving the ball really well and wearing them down. In this case, though, giving up the football doesn't make them very happy. They can't wait to get back out there and atone for it.
Yeah, try to atone for it here on this drive. On second and 9, Winston. Out of the backfield, that's complete to Kamara. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon. It looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time, they pick up a first down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
Boy, a lot of moving parts on this play, but what a nice design to link the running back out to the left and send him down the field. And a good job spotting him and hitting him for a big play.
A man who's been busy this afternoon, it's Kamara again. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. Now whistles and a timeout. Looks like we've got a Viking slow to get up. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Back to the ground, this time with Ingram. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Overall, I'd have to say that was just really good team defense because, to me, you can't pin that one on the running back. He had no shot there. He had a man in his face immediately.
On 2nd and 12, Winston. He'll get this to his tight end, Troutman. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Trying to get it to Thomas, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 25. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line.
Well, Brandon, there's no question who they're going to look to on 3rd and long, but you can bet this defense knows that as well, so they get him blanketed downfield. And this ball winds up being intercepted.
Following the interception, Cousins.
And just not enough on the throw there. Down around his feet and incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
And this one incomplete. Threw it down at the feet of his receiver.
They have to like what they've done defensively here at the outset of this drive. They forced a couple of incomplete passes, bring up a 3rd and 10. Don't be surprised to bring a little pressure on this snap.
And this pass broken up. But the contact well timed there. And now 4th down.
Here's Jordan Berry now, as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today. It'll be a 47-yard punt with a net of 40 following a 7-yard return. And out will come the offense as they take over.
Winston and the Saints now with a 1st and 10
at their own 27.
And from the shotgun, he'll throw.
And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on 1st down, then you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
And he is going to have a Saints 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Whenever we talk about moving the sticks and controlling the football, there's a great example right there. Those are the 3rd downs you need to convert to win football games. We're in the 3rd quarter of this one, and this is a tight one. In order to maintain pace, keep the ball away from the other team, and put points on the board, those are the plays they need to continue to convert. Well, I think after that run, the defense is getting back in the huddle and looking at each other and maybe starting to question their confidence a bit. They gave up a significant run, 6 yards, and now you're saying to yourself, how do we stop them, and do I have enough confidence to make a play?
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. Winston.
He'll find his tight end. It's Adam Troutman. And he is going to have a Saints 1st down by about 3 yards or so as they wind up getting 7 there on 3rd and 4.
From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Now it's Kamara in the passing game. So the completion good for 6 yards, and it'll be second down.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
83 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
So after the run by Kamara, now another 1st and 10. From the gun, Winston. Going right side here, and that's complete. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets it down to the 30 there. They'll contain him to just 4. Second down.
Partner, took a while for him to lock onto a receiver, and he finally found his man coming left to right across the formation. But by the time he got the ball to him, not much of a chance to turn upfield and make anything out of it.
Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice game like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
Is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back now here in London. It's the Saints. They'll be looking to expand their lead here. They've got the football as we start the 4th. This will be a 5-yard pickup as they move it from the 20 to the 15. Good gain there on 1st down. It keeps them in a running situation probably.
They did everything right on that play, didn't they? They got the leverage up front, good blocking, nice hole for him, ends up picking up nice yardage, stays in bounds to keep the clock rolling. They are in charge of this scenario right now. They want to stay that way.
And not in any rush offensively. So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. Kamara. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. Alvin Kamara, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Saints able to stretch that lead out further. Now here's Winston as his guys will line up and go for the 2-point conversion. Winston to throw for it. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Should have been picked. Probably doesn't matter on a 2-point conversion, but still, as a former DB, you want to grab that ball when you can, don't you?
You certainly do, and don't say it, because I know you're thinking it. Don't say it.
What am I thinking?
You know I know what you're thinking. Well, if he'd had hands, he'd be playing on offense.
Yeah, that's true. You've said that before. And now out comes Minnesota.
And you figure after giving up that last touchdown, they trail by 2 scores here in the 4th quarter. This drive becomes very critical.
A 1st down run, good for about 3. 2nd and 7 coming up.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
And he'll be tackled right on the chalk at a 45. 4th quarter, every drive so critical, and you figure may only get one more shot after this, so a touchdown's imperative on this drive.
It is, but you also have to think to yourself in play calling, don't hold anything back. Don't save it for the 2nd touchdown. You got the 1st one for the 2nd one to even matter.
And able to break 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down, but a nice little gain. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and that'll make it a 2nd down. Play fake, Cousins. And the Saints pressure gets him. Brought down for a sack. David Onyemata picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
Well, the #1 mission of any offensive line, you got to protect that quarterback, keep him safe back there. This time, the rush got to him in a hurry.
Yeah, that's one where you turn to your lineman and say, guys, can I get a little help here? And you have to ask politely because, remember, they're blocking for you the entire game. But as a quarterback, you've also got to have the clock running in your head when you need to get rid of the football. But this time, he had no chance. They were on him instantly.
On third down, Cousins lets it fly for Thielen. And he's got it. What a catch on the sideline. A big play there. Cousins to Thielen. 56 yards.
Well, he's been doing this for a lot of years with the arm strength still there, and he showed it off on that one.
Well, one way or the other, you knew they'd have to push the ball downfield on 3rd and long, but I'm not sure the defense was expecting to push it that far downfield. Their math didn't add up, but it certainly did for the offense.
Throwing is Cousins.
And this ball is caught by Irv Smith. Touchdown, Vikings. Irv Smith Jr. there to make the grab. And the Vikings have made it a one-score game again here in the 4th. So how about that for an answer? They get the touchdown there, and it's back to a one-score game here in the 4th.
And that's what these guys have done all game long, because they've scratched and slashed their way to stay in this game. And by now, we should all realize they're not going away. Now the pressure again swings to their defense, because they're going to need to find some way to get the ball back.
Joseph now to have the PAT. And this is back to a 5-point game. So the drive there took 6 plays, and it's polished off by a Viking score.
Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown.
On the return, Deontay Harris. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. Their lead back down to 1 score after the touchdown a moment ago. First down's a must on this drive as they start out here 1st and 10. Kamara there with a first down carry, but not much running room, and he takes it forward for only a couple. It's 2nd down. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. A handoff. It's Mark Ingram. And not much. Maybe a yard up to the 29.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead, positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
An extra defender in the secondary for the Vikings here on 3rd down. Here's Winston. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll just get rid of it. Critical play in this football game, because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them, because they know that if they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
That's a 49-yard punt, 8 though on the return.
Minnesota now ready for their next possession. Their defense accomplished step 1 of the mission. They forced the punt. Now they'll look to erase that deficit and take a 4th quarter lead.
They start the drive with Cook. And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34.
89 yards rushing for him now, as he has been tremendous all day long.
A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. Cousins now. That one into the hands of Thielen, complete.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Another tote for the workhorse this afternoon. It's Cook. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open.
And it's caught in the end zone for the Viking touchdown by Justin Jefferson. Justin Jefferson,
54 yards. And the Vikings are going to retake the lead. Might be seeing that one on the highlight shows tonight. The home run ball here in the 4th quarter to take the lead.
There's nothing like being aggressive, preaching that to your team, and then following through. All the way through. Go ahead and throw one more up there. Why not?
Been a great game, and we are not done yet. And he's got it. So the two-point conversion is good, and they add on to their fourth quarter lead. So they make the decision. They want a three-point lead versus a two-point lead, and they got it.
Yeah, at this stage of the game, it seems like the exact right thing to do. Put a little pressure on your defense, but the biggest thing now is you're making the other team chase you.
And they will wrangle them down a couple yards shy of the 30. Time again to see Jameis Winston in this Saints offense.
So, Charles, there are the numbers. What's happened here? Defensive adjustments that's caused him to sort of fall off a bit?
I think so. That has to happen. You've got to make some changes because in the first half, they were pretty effective. But the second part is sometimes when you're doing really...
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Eric Kendricks. And he'll return it to the 24-yard line.
He had to fit that into a pretty tight window over the middle. And, Charles, I think they were in zone defensively, weren't they?
They certainly were. Nice read on your part. And sometimes the quarterback isn't fooled between zone and man. Sometimes you're fooled by the type of zone that he sees. Because oftentimes, those linebackers will vacate and run downfield with receivers. In this case, he played a pure zone and was in the wrong spot for the QB.
So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. They've got a second down now as they search for a way to get this one to the finish line. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. They'll say no gain on the play there. Now it'll be third down.
Now, obviously, that's some good work there defensively, being able to stop them and bring up a key third down. But if you're on the offensive side of the ball, there's an opportunity because I know what defensive guys are thinking right now. Just stop them, get to the ball. That means they might not be sound defensively. There could be some opportunities.
And you said key third down. Highlight that word. Put it in bold. Here we go. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. The kick by Joseph is good. And that will add 3 more to their lead. It pushes it up to 6.
So that gets him a little bit of breathing room, but not much. And you have to think back to the field goal that he missed earlier. This would be a 2-score game right now if he had converted then.
And if you and I are thinking about it, you know he is as well, because in the back of his mind, he's thinking, oh, if I get one more shot in an important spot. He just made that one. He wants one more later to truly make up for the earlier miss.
The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. They're down here in a 1-score game, but the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go over this type of a situation, late game situation. What are we going to do when we have the opportunity? They've called these plays a bunch of times. Now's their chance to execute them.
They have the opportunity now. Here's the execution.
And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there. And it's second down. 2nd and 10.
Landry again the intended target. And that'll bring up second down. Now Winston. And this is incomplete.
Back-to-back incompletions, but we know this is definitely 4-down territory. Time not on their side. I don't think they want to try and get the first down in 2 installments. I think they got to go and get it right here, right now.
And that is incomplete.
That means it's just one last chance left, and this has to be a first down or a touchdown, or this game's over.
So down 6, and they know they need this one on 4th down. Desperation time. Winston on 4th down. That is hauled in by Michael Thomas. And he is in as they have tied it late here in the final minute of the 4th quarter. Now they can boot it through on the always important extra point, and then their defense has to hold up their end of the bargain.
And there's something that you've pointed out in numerous games that we've worked. Okay, the excitement's going on. Everyone's celebrating over there. Who's calling up the defense to make sure they're focused, because they still have some work to do?
A very important extra point there, up and good. And that is going to put them on top by a point, and it sets us up for quite a finish. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off.
with time a factor here late, he'll just take a knee and they'll put it out to the 25. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They only need a field goal. Obviously, the clock a huge factor. They'll be watching that. What do they need to do here, Charles?
Your sequence of plays has to get you out of bounds. Completions, get out of bounds, gain some yardage. Then when the clock hits 7 seconds or left, now you get a decision. Are you in field goal range or is it Hail Mary time? Because from 7 seconds down, you don't want to take a shot that you're going to have another play.
We'll see how they handle it. Cousins finding some room at midfield and brought down across the 50 to the 49-yard line. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts as they get it with just 19 seconds left on the clock. Here's Cousins. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. The Vikings going to use their third and final timeout as they'll stop it with 11 seconds remaining in the ball game. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down. Cousins throw pulled in by Jefferson. That one good for 17 as they're set up better now for third down. Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took us down to the last play. You're wondering, could it happen? Possibly, even though we both knew it was a long shot.